season, good or bad, is shaping you, is teaching you, and is preparing you for what is next, because seasons change. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith Akoyi, and I'm so excited to have you here. Have you ever looked at someone else's life and be like, wow, this person has got it all together? And you're wondering what's up with your life. You're wondering what is going on with your life. Have you ever thought at that you are experiencing a kind of pause in your life, and it feels like your neighbor, your friend is experiencing a kind of play in their life? We've all been there. I've also been there when it feels as if nothing is moving in my life. Well, I just want to let you know today that each of us are in different seasons in life. Each of us are going through different seasons in life. And until you understand the season you're in, you will not appreciate what you are supposed to be doing. You will not appreciate that season until you understand that, oh, my season is different from the other person's season. It could be that you're in your own season of planting. It could be that you're in your own season of waiting. It could be that you're in your own season of pruning, and it feels as if your neighbor is in their season of harvesting. I want you to focus on the season that you're in and learn the lessons that you ought to learn in that season, and stop comparing yourself with the other person, because you are not on the same journey and you are not in the same season. And this reminds me of when a family member of mine traveled to the US, and because I was used to us being on the same time zone, I lost track of time that in the US and in Nigeria, we are not on the same time zone. Many times I would always make mistake and call him based off on the time zone that we are. I'll just be like, oh, it's morning here. Okay, so I can call him, not knowing that when it's morning here, it's a night over there. And there was this day that I reached out to him, I'd woken up, I thought that, oh, you should be at work, you should be up and running, only for me to call him and he sounded like somebody that has been interrupted from his sleep. And I was like, what are you still doing sleeping? You are supposed to be at work. You are supposed to be here. And he was like, hello, we are not on the same time zone. It's morning there and it's night over here. That was when it occurred to me that, oh, we are no more on the same time zone. And that is how it is with life. We are all running different race. We are all on different seasons in our lives. The mistake we make is we forget that my season is different from your season. We most times judge based off the season we are in, or based on the season that our neighbor is. See, it is dangerous for you to judge your neighbor based off on the season that you're in. It's possible that you're in your own season of harvest. It's possible that your own season of, fruitfulness. It's possible that your own season of rest, and it feels as if your neighbor is in their season of waiting. It feels as if your friend is in a season of pruning, and you are kind of making it look like, oh, she's lazy, oh, things are not going well in her life. It's dangerous to judge based off the season you are in, and it's also dangerous to judge yourself, to assess yourself based off from the season that your neighbor is. It's possible that your neighbor is in their season of harvest while you are just in your season of planting. Many of us are in our season of planting, and we are just planting the seed, and we just want results because you feel that your neighbor is in their season of harvest. You forget that you are just planting. When you plant a seed, the seed does not grow immediately. It takes the time of pruning. It takes the time that you wait for the seed to grow before harvest. So if you are in your waiting season, be in your waiting season and understand the season you're in, and learn all the lessons that you need to learn. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, if you read from verse 1 to 11, said, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heaven. When you are in your season of planting, you should not be expecting harvest in that season. A time to be born and a time to die. There is a time for rising. There is a time for dying. A time to plant and a time to uproot. It's just like when you plant corn. You don't expect it in that season of planting for it to grow. You wait for harvest. There are some things that you will do before harvest comes. So understand the season you're in. And I'm just out here to encourage 1 or 2% that feel that the other person is doing better than you are. I want you to know that each of us are in different seasons, and God is in our seasons. God is journeying with us in the seasons that we are in. So I want you to focus on your season. Learn what you need to learn in your season. Do what you are supposed to do in that season, and wait for your harvest. Just like you won't have to rush a flower to bloom before it's time, you don't have to rush your season, because what you learn in season 1 would help you navigate season 2. What you learn in season 2 would help you navigate season 3. These seasons are intertwined. These seasons connect to each other. So embrace the season you're in, whether in a season of waiting, whether in a season of planting, whether in a season of pruning, whether in a season of harvest. Embrace your season. Each season, good or bad, is shaping you, is teaching you, and is preparing you for what is next, because seasons change. Yes, seasons change. And that's why in Ecclesiastes, you have time for everything. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. Have you ever experienced a season whereby you just feel like this, everything bad is happening to you? You just feel as if things are not going on well. Seasons change. Your laughing season will soon come. So hang in there and understand while you are in that season, and stop comparing yourself with your neighbor. Stop comparing yourself with your friend. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. Yes, many of us, we are in that season that we are trying to help God. I just want to let you know that it's time to give up. It's time to let go and let God. A time to keep and a time to throw away. There is a time that there are some people in your life that it is time for you to keep them close. And there will come a season also that you have to let them go. There is a time for you to hold on to that dream, but there's also a time to let go, a time to tear and a time to mend. There's some relationships that you have to tear down. There are some relationships that, no, stop trying to mend them. And there are also some relationships that you have to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. It's not every time you give a response. There is a time to shush and there is a time to be loud, to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time to war and a time for peace. When you embrace the season that you're in, that is when you start seeing the growth and clarity you're searching for. Don't skip your season. Embrace it. Learn the lessons that you need to learn, because the season that you're in is preparing you for the next season.